what, guys? I've
Very
got
nice.
to also commend Cheltenham for their punctuality. I mean, they were getting them off ridiculously early yesterday, and here we are at 2:10 and 4 seconds, off and running for the Brown Advisory Novice Chase over 3 miles, half a furlong on the old course. And the real whacker is the first one over the first fence from Bron in the double green. That was the colours carried to victory in our first race by Impere Pass. Bron is a slightly bigger price to double up. On the outside, number 11 is Gallia de Lito. On the inside, we've got Gerri Colombe. And then the grey Ramesses is in 5th place. Being held up outside that is Thunder Rock. Time Hill just been ridden into the first one there. And then we've got I Am Maximus. And out the back, Sir Gerhard. Are you happy? If you were on Sir Gerhard, Robbie, would you be happy to see Danny Mullins? It's not Danny Mullins, Paul Townend out the back.
He's probably ridden to get the trip, isn't he? Off the pace. I don't know how quick the pace is, but I did know.
I do, 31 miles an hour.
Hey. The real whacker didn't jump as nicely on the first one as I expected. I was saying I think he's going to keep making ground up offences, but he was better there. I'm liking his position. I'm liking my other selection, Gallia Lito's position as well. Yeah,
Gallia de Lito has got herself into a lovely position. She's right up against Gerri, isn't she? Gerri's done everything right so far. This is Patrick Mullins and Gaillard de Menil, what Paul Townend's doing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
right out
it is.
Actually giving him
that
a
was
lot to
great,
do.
actually.
Well, we'll talk about that because I think Patrick Mullins got very lucky there. But what's caught your eye here?
Slow behind though with his back legs.
He was there, and Time Hill wasn't great either, guys.
Slow, to be honest. If you just the real whacker, I love this. Ears pricked. Just that lovely sort of bright bays. It's in a nice.
You wouldn't want to be on Sir Gerhard here, would you? I don't know.
No, his ears are a bit back, aren't they?
That's what I mean. He's got a funny way of racing. I don't remember him being like this. At Gowran, I just wasn't taken by the way he went around his business.
Right,
like me on the train. Like he's a bit like meh.
What, crowing?
Yeah.
Right, coming to the ditch at the top of the hill, and the real whacker leads them over from Bron. In 3rd is Gerri Colombe, and on the outside in 4th is Gallia de Lito. On the inside, we've got the grey Ramesses. On the fence is I Am Maximus, and in behind those we have got just the others, really. You know the names, don't you?
Thunder Rock, adamantly chosen.
Who's Ramesses?
I Am Maximus.
Ramillies. All right.
Oh, come on, you didn't mug me off.
I would have done you, yeah, of course
I don't know what to be in running, but
a lot of people saying
Gerri Colombe looks good at the moment.
He's gone. Even money's about to go on the exchange at the minute.
I can see absolutely why he's in a lovely position. He's
so jumping
a little mistake from Gallia there. Yeah.
So up front, it's Gerri and the pacemakers. The pacemakers are Bron and the real whacker, and then in behind those, going really nicely, Harry Skelton on Gallia de Lito. Ramillies is on the inside. Thank you. Tyne Hill's being sort of bustled along to stay in touch, and still out the back, sitting very quiet, is Paul Townend on Sir Gerhard. I wouldn't want to be that far back, but it may be an absolute masterpiece. I guess it does show, as Robbie said, that they're just riding him to get the pace. So they come into the home straight, and the real whacker is setting the pace. Up front, he's going really, really nicely. No harm done at all. There's about 7 lengths between first and last, and for novices, they're jumping pretty well, aren't they, Nat?
They are. Gerri Colombe got a bit tight into that, but that's
First
okay.
semblance of an error.
But it's an error you can forgive.
He recovered the next
got
fence.
just got a little bit, but they can get tight to them. That doesn't bother me so much. He's not sort of taking the birch out with his back end. They're just starting to form that little bit, aren't they? The first group here getting a little bit detached from the ones in behind. I still think the real whacker is jumping really nicely. I am surprised to see Sir Gerhard at the back of the screen, but he doesn't look quite into it
he's
today.
getting very low.
It would be a hell of a ride. I mean, we've seen wondrous things before, but yeah, they're just starting to bunch up a wee bit, aren't they? These.
We've got a gang of 4 at the front, haven't we? And the real whacker just injecting a bit of pace there. Bron wasn't too tidy over that. Gerri Colombe has got these 2 in his sights and still going nicely is Gallia de Lito, and then there's probably 4 lengths back to Adamantly Chosen, who is making ground and trying to bridge the gap to the front peloton. Gerri Colombe just slow into the water there. Just he's dropped 4 lengths off the pace there.
Outpaced.
Tyne Hill is being bustled along, and Sir Gerhard just beginning to get woken up, no longer in last place.
Sam Twiston-Davies just picking it up slightly now, I think, in front.
Yes, he is. Yeah, absolutely. So he's there, a length clear. Bron is holding on to his tail on the outside, and then
6 to 4 on Gerri.
6 to 4. Yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere near that. Sir Gerhard noticeably closer now, lobbing along. 27 miles an hour, the pace has dropped. Robbie, who wins from here?
The real whacker wins. He's going to keep finding.
Yeah, well, obviously, the real whacker's my pick, but I am slightly worried about Gerri Colombe as well. Just tracking right there. It's a good position to be in, isn't it? I think a lot of Jordan Gainford as well on board. But this is Cheltenham there yesterday. You know, it's a long way home.
That's a proper move on Sir Gerrard now. He's fit.
Yeah.
Put another 0 on time, Hill. He's never looked happy.
No, he certainly hasn't. And I mean, we know with Gerri that he does, as I say, he does rally well. He's absolutely all guts. But if you've backed him, you kind of...
They're coming back for Sir Gerrard now.
Sir Gerrard still hasn't moved as they're accelerating down the hill. Is this three out now, Dave?
This is the tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, we should go head on in a sec, I think.
Here we go. It's the real whacker with Braun on his outside. They've been first and second throughout. They're all over that really well, apart from Tynehill, who can't win. The real whacker, they're preparing to turn in. Gerri Colombe started waggling his arms aboard that. Going on the inside nicely is Gallia de Lito. So Gerhard still hasn't moved, but he's going to have to get there because he's got some ground to make up.
Keep finding.
So Braun is still going really well here. The real whacker now is being ridden to try and get away from Braun. Braun's going well. Gerri's 4 lengths behind in third. So Gerhard coming up the inside route and is still not really lively. It's the real whacker.
Here we go.
Gerri's 4 lengths behind.
Come on, the real class,
It's the real whacker and Braun. Gerri Colombe. Here comes the real whacker. Gerri Colombe though. It's the real whacker. Gerri Colombe with the line. He needs the line. The real whacker. The real whacker. Just about held on, I think. That was an absolute thriller. Goodness me. What a brilliant race. The real whacker jumped the last. Braun's just faded away. Gerri Colombe has got the heart the size of a big heart. But I think he's just...
The whacker's got it.
The whacker's got it by a head. What a race that was.
What a race. I mean, you watch... I mean, look, there's going to be loads of people screaming at the telly here, and we'll give you the debrief on that. They too have pulled clear in the end of Braun. The real whacker then absolutely smacks them. Sam Twiston-Davies poured it on from about 4 fences and he just kept fighting. And the jump at the last was what sealed the deal. Gerri wasn't great at 1 in the home straight and he picked up all too little too late. How's the best horse? Finished second. We'll give you a debrief on that. They came well clear of Braun, who ran the race of his life. So Gerhard hasn't got home. The rest, nowhere.